Thank you for joining me this evening, and I've been sharing with you about the name of the Creator and also about the name of the Messiah. And I want to spend a little bit more time on this session about the name Jesus, because I know that it's real hard for a lot of people that have believed all their lives. Some people have. I know that I shared with you earlier that I've been a believer, a born again by the Ruach HaKodesh Spirit of Yahuwah for 40 years. Now, I did not know him by that name, nor did I know that the Messiah, the Mashiach's name was not Jesus. It was what I had led to believe because of the translations, the English translations that we have, uses the name Jesus for the Messiah. But the reality and the truth is he was never called that. It would have been impossible for his name to be called Jesus. There are no records or anything indicating that he was ever called by that name. The original text of the scriptures that we have, as far as the New Testament is concerned, is the Greek text that we have. However, I believe that the New Testament was written in Hebrew and then translated into Greek. And this is not just a belief. This is a belief based upon facts. And I could take a session and going into that and prove to you by a number of different means of that, knowing that the New Testament was originally written in Hebrew. But I'll get one quick example. When the letter that was written to the Hebrews in the New Testament, do you think it was written in Greek to the Hebrews? Absolutely not. It was written in Hebrew. So, without going into a lot of other detail, I'm not going to, belabor the point. I know that the original texts were Hebrew texts, later translated into Greek. But the point is this: first of all, that the name Jesus is actually is an English name. It actually really came about by around 1628 is the first time it showed up in any translation of the Bible. In the original 1611 Bible, if you and I actually have one, not an original, it's actually a facsimile copy of an original. It looks just like, say, the original one would look. If you had an original 1611 Bible, it would be worth over $100,000. So there's not that many still left. But there are copies made of the originals. And I have a copy. And the copy that I have, you'll not find the name Jesus in there. It's because there was no J letter in any of the Bible at that time, because the letter J was the last letter of the English alphabet to be added. And and at that time, if you look at the way that his name is written there, it's written with the letter I, and it would have been pronounced as Jesus, which is the Latin form of the Greek Iesus. Now, just a little common sense would help you to understand that the Creator would never had named the Messiah Iesus. That's a Greek name. It's not a Hebrew name. And then if you look it up in a concordance, it will tell you that Iesus, the origin of the name, meaning where it originated, was in Hebrew. And then it will tell you that it'll actually say, I believe, Yehoshua, or it's actually, and I don't have the time to break all this down, but it will refer you to the Hebrew number 3091. Now, in our upcoming sessions, I'm going to go in a lot more detail about his name being pronounced as Yahusha, and that was his name that he was called upon, and that is his name. Now, he's inherited the Father's name, Yahuwah. He actually has inherited that name, according to Hebrews chapter 1, inherited the name, that is above every name, and that name is Yahuwah. The Messiah said in John chapter 5, verse 43, he said, I am come in my Father's name. Well, what is the Father's name? Well, we know his name, the Father's name is Yahuwah. And so, in many instances in the Tanakh, or the Old Testament, the Creator declared himself as Yahuwah our Savior, our salvation. And so when we see the Messiah actually come and show up on the scene here on the earth, his name was given to him by the angel Gabriel told his parents. You can read this in Matthew chapter 1, also in Luke chapter 1, and where the angel told Miriam, which that was her name, not Mary. All these names have been changed by the translators. But his mother's name was Miriam, and Joseph, of course, was never called Joseph because there was no J letter in Hebrew. But Yahusuf was his father's name, natural father's name. And so the angel Gabriel told his parents in Matthew chapter 1, verse 21, to name the child, and of course your English translation says Jesus. But again, the name Jesus is the English name of the and it's not even a translation nor a transliteration of the original Hebrew name. Now see, that's where people get confused because they don't understand what a translation is, nor do they understand what a transliteration. To translate a name is to reveal the meaning of a particular name if that name has some meaning to it, which all Hebrew proper names have meaning to them. So that's why it was important that the angel Gabriel showed up and told his parents exactly what name to name him, because it was important. Why was it important? Because Yahuwah himself declared all through the Old Testament and in the Tanakh that he said, "I am Yahuwah, your Savior." And he did that a number of times. And so when he actually, the reason that it was so important that the angel Gabriel to tell his parents what name to name him, you can understand Yahusha, which actually Yahusha translated from Hebrew means Yahuwah is Savior or your salvation. We'll pick this up on our next session, and thank you for your time this evening, and hope this is helping you. I've been meaning to go into this for a while. We've got a whole lot more to share. I want to go into the Hebrew language and show you the Hebrew letters, go into a lot more detail about how we know that this is the name of the Creator, how we know that the Creator's name is pronounced Yahuwah, and that the name of the Messiah is pronounced Yahusha. Thank you. Shalom.